The thinking mind. By 2006, I was retired and meditating for an hour a day, which I kept up for a little over a year. I was no better than ever at keeping my attention on my breath, but I didn't worry about it anymore. These sessions were pretty unremarkable. I had nothing from them to report to Martin. He really wasn't asking me about them. Then one day, while I was sitting, I became gently aware that I was thinking, which wasn't unusual. But what was unusual was realizing that I didn't know what I was thinking. I could have known if I had been interested, but I didn't care to know. It was as if my thinking were going on in the next room. Now, oddly, I felt the same sense of self, of I, that I have always felt. Yet, I was unmistakably separate from the thinking. So this was surprising. My identity, my core self, was totally unrelated to my thinking. At that moment, I realized that my thinking was no more who I am than any other personal function, like digestion, for example. So this was a shock, and it happened again 2 days later. I'd always thought of myself as my thinking mind. Descartes said, "I think, therefore I am," which made a lot of sense to me when I first read it. It seemed self-evident. Thinking is really important in our society for personhood. We keep people alive no matter how debilitated they may become, as long as they can think. When they permanently lose the power of thought, we call them vegetables and consider removing life support. Well, since that day, I haven't taken my thinking so seriously. It's an important tool for sure, and it's essential for us to get along in life. But it gets us into trouble when we identify with our thoughts and attach importance to every one that bubbles up. We say, "I think," but we could just as accurately say, "it thinks in me."